Well, I first was interested in science when I did my undergraduate thesis work in the Chinese Academy of Sciences. And I worked with a microbiologist who actually working on Streptomyces and understanding how Streptomyces synthesize and produce antibiotics. And then I thought that's really important. And then it's very interesting. And at that time, gene regulation was very at its budding stage, and a lot of exciting things happening. And we first learned how to sequence the DNA pieces, fragments, and get the gene sequences. And that's really, I thought that was very exciting, because now we can dig down knowing very detailed information on how a biological process can be accomplished and completed. And that's how I really got into research. I did. Yeah, I did start with Streptomyces, which is a very, very nice coincidence now that I'm in TSL and the Zhang Yin Center is right next door, which is the center of Streptomyces biology. And in fact, the professor that I worked with as an undergrad was a graduate of UEA, and he got his PhD from a professor in Zhang Yin Center. That was Keith's chatter. Yeah. So how did I end up working with plant diseases? I think it's the career path is full of it's like evolution. It's full of chances, randomness, but also maybe some fate. So when I started looking at PhD programs that I wanted to work with, and I ended up working with Bernard Glick, who is one of the pioneers working on rhizosphere microbiology and microbiota. So at that time, that was very attractive to me, because it's still focusing on microbiology, which is something that I learned from my undergraduate research. But it's also something new, right? Something that I didn't know before, which is how bacteria and other microorganisms can interact with plants, especially the roots of plants, and that interaction could lead to either pathogenic consequences or disease, or beneficial consequences, which is plant growth promoting. So I thought that interaction and these two partners, how they help each other out or compete with each other, I thought that process was very fascinating. And then from that PhD work, I did a postdoc with David Gutman in University of Toronto, and who worked on pathogenic interaction, and that's how I started working on plant pathogen interactions. Yeah, so I got that question a lot. What was the best thing? What is the best thing in doing research? I think it's really a lot of it. There's this excitement that you are learning something that no one has known before. So this is you're exploring new areas and finding things that actually contribute to this overall knowledge of human understanding all these, how our ecosystems work, how the biology work, how a cell work, how an organism work, and that knowledge eventually would feed into this pool of knowledge and lead to translational approaches that could change our lives. I think that's really something that's so exciting and important. And in addition to that, I feel research is also very fun. I think that's something that we really should emphasize more on. Is research is so fun. It's a brain exercise, and you're trying to solve a problem, and you try different approaches, you fail, you start again, and then eventually you would solve that problem. I think that whole process gives a lot of satisfaction and really brings confidence into scientists, into a person. I think that's fun and exciting, and it really and then you're dealing with important issues that would eventually together push the society forward. I think that's why I think science is cool. I think the things that I'm proud of could be different. I feel like I wear several different hats. I'm a teacher. I'm a professor, so I teach students and I pass my knowledge to the next generation scientists. So I'm very proud of my students who continue on their scientific career and be successful. And that's something that really gives me a lot of pride. And then my other hat is a researcher, so I research. And obviously together with my students and my group members, we make discoveries that can potentially cure some disease or help manage some plant disease that damage our agriculture. I think it does give me a lot of pride to improve agriculture practices, and also contribute to that knowledge pool that with all the scientists colleagues we collectively improve our knowledge. And the third hat, I feel I wanted to help young people to go into science. I wanted to provide opportunities for them, and so that they can develop themselves and find their passion in science or science-related career, and continue on that path. I think that we all need these young people to move everything forward. I think that's something that I'm very proud of. Yeah.